We have this strange habit, you and I, of trying to change the past. And isn't that odd? We lie in bed at night and we play a conversation, adding our lines for a better outcome. We cringe at the memory of a clumsy presentation from years ago, wishing we could just reach back and fix it. But this attempt to change what is fundamentally unchangeable is the very thing keeping you stuck. And by the end of this, you'll see that the past you're clutching so tightly isn't an anchor holding you down, it's the very foundation of what you can build upon. Now, think about a moment you deeply regret. Maybe it was something you said or failed to say, a time you stumbled when you wanted to be graceful. For me, that is when I'm doing public speaking. I can still feel the heat rising in my neck, the way my mind will go completely blank in front of a crowd, my carefully prepared words turning to dust in my mouth. For years after, those moments would visit me, and at 3 a.m., my brain would helpfully replay the highlight reel of every mumbled word, every awkward pause. And the natural response? The one we're all taught is to fight it, to push the memory away, to tell ourselves just forget it. Move on. We try to smash the memory into tiny pieces, hoping it will disappear. But you've felt this, haven't you? The more you push, the more it pushes back. The act of trying not to think about something is, of course, a way of thinking about it. It's like trying to hit your head against a wall. You don't break the wall, you just end up with a headache, exhausted from the effort. The struggle is what drains our energy. It's the battle itself, not the memory that truly weighs us down. And it leads us to believe that this part of our past is a weakness, a flaw in the story that we have to hide or to overcome. But what if that's not true at all? Imagine an old wise tree growing in a rocky landscape. As its roots spread out into the earth seeking nourishment, they don't always find soft soil. Sooner or later, a root will press up against a large immovable rock. The rock is an obstacle. It is a fact of the landscape. The tree doesn't waste its energy trying to break the rock because it simply can't. That would be futile. Instead, the root system adapts. It flows around the rock. One root might go left, another right, another might even grow over it, creating a complex, intricate network. The rock doesn't stop the tree's growth. In fact, it forces the tree to become stronger. The roots, having navigated this obstacle, now grip the earth with even greater stability. The very presence of that immovable rock has made the tree much more resilient, more deeply anchored than it would have been in perfectly soft soil. Those past events, those regrets, those moments of shame, they are our rocks. They are immovable. They happened. We cannot change them. So if you're new here, I'm Dennis, and I like to explore everyday things with a curious mind. And this is what fascinates me, how we constantly try to do the impossible, to break the rocks instead of learning to grow around them. The real shift happens when we stop seeing the past as a mistake to be erased and to start seeing it as a part of our landscape. It's a part of the ground we stand. The memory of mumbling through a presentation isn't a sign of failure. It's the reason I learned to prepare differently, to breathe, to connect with my message. The rock forced my roots to find a new path. It's not a story of shame, it's a story of growth. And here's a simple thought to help me find peace with it. Think about a friend, or perhaps a child you've watched grow up. You've seen them make mistakes, face challenges, and feel embarrassed. You see them at their most vulnerable, but you don't define them by their worst moment, do you? Of course not. You see the whole picture. You see how the difficult experience shaped them, how they learn from it. You feel proud for their resilience. You offer them kindness and understanding. Now, turn that same lens onto yourself. Look at your own past scars, not as failures, but as evidence of a life lived, of challenges faced. Afford yourself the same kindness you so easily give to others. The goal isn't to forget the rock is there. The goal is to see how beautifully your roots have learned to grow around it. This is about ignoring the pain or the regrets. It's about creating the little bit of breathing room around it, the space to observe the emotion without being consumed by it. In that space, we can see that we are deeper and more vast than any single feeling or memory. So I invite you to think, where in your life are you hitting your head against a wall, trying to change the past that is set in stone? What would happen if instead of you accepted the rock for what it is? What if you let your roots find their way around it, drawing strength from the obstacle itself? Your past is not an anchor holding you in one place. It is the very ground that holds you up, making you stronger, more resilient than you could ever be without it. So until next time, stay curious.
Stay playfully curious.